Welcome everybody to the second game of this best of 3 for the Join Dota League Season number 4 Division 1 and 2 playoffs. You definitely want to get to the playoff, or Division 1 rather, for the next season because it's going to be way bigger than the previous ones. But whoever loses this best of 3 will be completely out. This is already the lower bracket. Both of those teams have already fallen from the winner bracket or the upper bracket, however you want to call it. So for Compass Gaming, their backs are against the walls. And we have some issues with one certain player loading into the game, but admin paused for us, so thank God for this actually changed, that we can have things paused. Or maybe he completely crashed, not too sure. So he's still loading at least, so I guess that's a good sign. He's still on TeamSpeak or whatnot. So one step at a time, guys, one step at a time. But xGame, they had a really convincing game number 1. I mean, they kind of rolled over Compass Gaming, to be honest. So maybe Compass Gaming can just turn things around, maybe not give away the IO. Of course, although IO can be strong, it's not like every single IO game wins, especially if it's like with a tiny or something. So it worked out once, maybe we're gonna see it again from xGame. I think if Compass Gaming allows them to get the IO, I think xGame will pick it up regardless, whether they get the tiny with it or not. Or maybe being on the dire side, they want to go for a completely different strategy. Just maybe start with like a Vengeful Spirit, for example. Make Roshan a little bit easier for you with the Wave of Terror minus armor coming through, for example. So I think that's like one way to approach things as well. But we'll see how Compass Gaming, or if they agree with me or xGame on the same part. Or do we have some issues? I hope not. I think the first picks and everything should be correct. So Compass Gaming, first of all, banning out the Death Prophet, I mean, they themselves had it in the first game. It didn't work out for them at all, I have to say, but nothing really worked out. So Death Prophet definitely a strong enough hero to warrant a ban there. As Brewmaster banned out by xGame, so just removing those strong team fight ultimates. I mean, Primal Spirit definitely is one. And although Brewmaster has gotten nerfed every now and then, it is still strong as all hell. I mean, you're laning, you're not as strong anymore just because, well, your base armor got reduced by 2 and whatnot, but Thunderclap cooldown increased by 1, I think it was. Slow duration decreased by 0.25 seconds, maybe, I think. So it's not all that great, but we'll see what xGame bans out next. IO was taken out by Compass Gaming though. So IO banned. Unfortunately, xGame cannot use or utilize that hero for this game, but they have plenty of other heroes to go for. I mean, for example, they are one of the teams that plays, I think, Wraith King the most, although Anti-Mage is now available as well if they want to go for that one. Don't think it's gonna be a really early one or not, but as Bloodseeker, the second ban for xGame. I guess a Slark might be incoming from xGame early on in the picks then. And the Thirst does kind of counter a Slark for the most part. But man, is it worth it even in this case? I don't know, we'll see. I mean, they do leave quite a lot of strong heroes in the pool, but Compass Gaming, what do they even start with? Do they start with the Vengeful Spirit once again? Do they go for like the Ogre Magi instead, or Tidehunter maybe this time around? Like, anything is still possible. You might as well start with a Broodmother if you really want to. Throw out a Juggernaut or something. No, starting with an Ogre though. And although he got nerfed, it's a little bit harder for you to just close the distance before the Fire Blast now, but you can still be as devastating, especially once you get the Aghanim Scepter. Bloodlust will also be always nice. I mean, nothing's changed to the Bloodlust. So Ogre is a little bit weaker, but it's still a strong enough support, I think. xGame though have managed to grab their hands on the Tidehunter. I do believe the hero was completely ignored in the last game. It might have gotten banned out by Compass Gaming as the 5th one. I think it actually was, but until then, completely ignored as xGame. Tidehunter Disruptor, they are just changing gears from game number 1. Of course, no IO for them, so they're going for something completely different instead. And just a second, guys. Okay. So, never mind. There's too long of a wall of text, so I'm gonna have to just read it later on after this cast. That doesn't really concern you guys anyway, because it's for our Chinese casters to cover the OK Dota tournament starting on the 27th of December in the Singapores, or in Singapore, not in the Singapores. I don't know why I wanted to say that, or why I said that. But now Compass Gaming, do they grab their hands on a secondary support? Like that Vengeful Spirit, for example. Skyref Mage is also still available. Skyref Mage, Ogre Magi, definitely a strong and valid enough combination. Just for roaming later on as well, once you're level 6 on both. You can like multicast. Like Ancient Seal multicast in itself is already quite a lot of damage. Then just Fire Blasts into Mystic Flares, and well, that will be the pick for Compass Gaming. So I guess they have that out of the way now. Skyref and Ogre Magi just supports. Now they can focus on the cores, but of course, that also means that xGame, they can focus on banning the cores they never ever want to see. I think unless xGame want to go for an anti-mage themselves, they might even want to ban it out, in all honesty. Just because, let's say a Tidehunter is off lane. Usually Tidehunter is the lane bully, but you would be up against a tri-lane, so that's always a little bit hard. But anti-mage, the mana break is actually rather annoying against Tidehunter, because if you can't anchor smash, you cannot last it as reliably. You cannot harass the enemy laner all that much, so I think it wouldn't be like too bad of a ban. Although xGame, I guess with a Disruptor and Tidehunter, they might have enough to bring down a anti-mage anyway. But Puck does get banned out by Compass Gaming, so kind of a respect ban by now. I mean, xGame definitely do love that hero, and they showed us even in game number 1 that they are definitely potent with that hero. As xGame banning out the Faceless Void first, Chronosphere definitely is an annoying ability to say the least to go up against. I mean, it just wins games. Or it can win games at the very least, if nothing else. So, just removing that potential as Slark now gets banned by Compass would have been a really highly likely pick to come out from xGame, with them banning out Bloodseeker early. And now banning out Doombringer as well. Although we might see something like a Storm Spirit, for example, for them coming out now. Of course, Ancient Seal still a little bit suffocating. But so far picking up a Vengeful instead. So both teams have their supports ready. Compass, they need cores. Offlane, Centaur is available if they want to. Even Clockwork. Clockwork, Skyref Mage, not a bad combination. On the offlane as well, you can just kind of try to wait out the glimpse. Or at least make it so that it won't be like the most substantial glimpse. But then again, if the glimpse is used straight after cogs, the cogs might block your own path after the glimpse. So I guess it's maybe not all that great. Although Disruptor is also pretty nice against Centaur for that matter. I mean, Disruptor is all in all pretty nice, to be honest. And with the recent buffs as well, he might see a little bit more the light of day. Before he was like a really niche pick. But Compass Gaming picking up an Invoker. So no clue whether it's gonna be Vex or Exort yet. Kind of hoping for an Exort, just go around sunstriking people. But Vex in some cases isn't all that bad. Usually when I'm really expecting nothing out of Vex Invokers, that's when they shine. And when I'm like, oh god, I just saw like 2 extremely crazy Vex Invokers in a row, I bet this third one is gonna accomplish so much suddenly. Nothing. Just epic fails. So we'll see if this Invoker is even gonna go for Vex, and if he is, how well he will actually do. But now xGame going for a Viper as well, so a rather tanky hero for themselves. So between the Tide and Viper, definitely 2 good frontliners for them. Vengeful Spirit can just save anybody else with a swap if need be, or even one of them. Because although they're reasonably beefy and tanky, no hero is invincible. So Compass, what's their own fourth gonna be? They have their mid laner with the Invoker now. I guess there's a small chance for a safe lane Invoker as well, depending on what core they want to go for. Up against Viper though, Invoker, Exort would be fine. Even Vex might be able to survive, and whoop, Compass going for a Necrophos now. I guess it's good against tanky heroes, just because you bring them down to half HP, you pop your level 3 ultimate and they're dead. Especially if you have the Aghanim Scepter in the late game, just removing the ability for a hero, for a player to buy back, it can quite literally win you games. Just because if you take the enemy core down and he suddenly can't have buyback, it's just that much easier to fight or push into high ground, for example, after that. Or really do anything after that. It of course also depends on like how much damage xGame has done before they get necro-ulted. And now last ban was the Broodmother, so removing that offlaner, I guess Brood is like one of the most annoying offlaners at this point. Just because the waves make her rather hard to kill, just runs through the trees, whereas supports have to run all the way around it and whatnot. Pretty speedy, and it only with certain heroes you can leave your safe laner alone against the Broodmother, maybe if it's like an axe safe lane or something. But that's not gonna happen, and as the anti-mage is banned, xGame gonna pick up a Drow instead. So not the tankiest of heroes, almost certainly has to go for a BKB this game. I would actually love to see a BKB on her, just because otherwise it's gonna be extremely hard for her to survive most likely. But they do have 4 ranged heroes, so it's pretty nice in that sense. Also, the tri lane is pretty hard to go up against whichever hero Compass Gaming go for now. Maybe Compass was planning on going for an aggressive tri lane of their own. Necro, Skyref, Ogre +1, and nope, Compass going for an Axe now. So they might be going for an aggressive tri lane after all, leaving Axe solo up against Tidehunter, to be honest, and Axe in most cases does fairly well in such a lane. Usually it's dire Axe safe lane, just because first of all you go like Berserker's Call, the creep wave, harass the enemy offlaner, maybe even kill him off, and then go to the side camp, pull your own creep wave to the side camp and such. So you can get to level 6 really fast. I think I saw like a 3.5 level 6, 3.5 minute level 6 on an Axe or something. He of course got 1 or 2 solo kills there on the enemy Tide as well, but even so. And a little bit of water before the game actually takes off. But lineup wise, Compass Gaming, they're a little bit more execution heavy, I have to say. Just because Axe, although you can snowball like all hell and just take over the game with just Culling Blade left and right, if you don't take off or get off to that great of a start, you are usually going to struggle quite hard. And even if you get off to the great start, can you keep the ball rolling? That's also like one of the hardest things. Necrophos, kind of the same, isn't really that great from behind. And oh, this effigy. I don't know what Uragan means. Maybe it's something in some language. Uragan! Uragan! Sounds primordial. I don't know. Roy Jones? Roy Johnson? I don't know. No clue. And the Storm Spirit. Peace, bros! Peace! Yes! No, it's a game of Dota, guys. No peace! No peace! They almost tricked me. They almost tricked me, guys, to believing that peace is real, but it's not real, at least not when it comes to Dota, guys. But to introduce the lineups, for xGame Equal, we'll be playing the offlane Tidehunter, leaving Mantis on the Disruptor. So they're switching up their roles a little bit, I guess. We have Pickenham on the Viper mid lane, and the last two will be Reeves on the Drow Ranger and Stalkat playing the Vengeful Spirit. As for KPG, Compass Gaming, Allsang, playing the Skyref Mage with Kirusha on the Necrophos, Backstor on the Ogre Magi, leaving Fedor on the Invoker mid lane, and Demonic will be the last one, safe lane Axe. So it's going to be up against Equal. Not too sure if Mantis is going to run a dual lane of sorts, if they're anticipating this or not. They very well might be, because Axe, I mean, I guess it's still nice, but Disruptor with a few Thunder Strikes and just right clicks might at least slow down the Axe if nothing else, and make it so that Axe won't dominate the Tidehunter in the lane. But then again, leaving just your Drow and Vengeful to be with 2 up against a tri-lane, not gonna be fun times, but both teams get 1 bounty rune, so all is fine with that. Equal already had his boots, probably not even gonna go for his Stout Shield just because, well, against Axe it doesn't do all that much for you. But Mantis, he's running back towards the top lane, and although Disruptor usually in tri-lanes is not all that great in all fairness, at least when it's like tri-lane versus tri-lane action, the Thunderstrike still is quite a lot of damage, so as long as you have mana, I guess you're gonna be fine. Kinetic Field, in some cases, it can make it so the Compass Gaming cannot come in and help you help them get a kill. But there is a smoke from Backstor and Allsang. They want to go mid lane, might be an easy first blood for them as well. The pinks go out to the side shop. They're thinking that the supports are there, but little do they know that they want Bignum's head. And of course, this early on, no points into Corrosive Skin. Might not even go for it if he hits level 2. Courier Snipe may be coming in. Nope, they're not going to go for it. They are going to rotate to a really weird position. So I guess Bignum is going to be safe. Did go for the Nether Toxin. But the smoke, it will expire now. Can they still get something down? There is a double pull through from Mantis. So he's going to be in a rather awkward position. As in the meantime, Demonic gets the Berserker Skull. Equal drops really damn low. But the tower, it's hitting the axe as well. So thanks to the help of the tower, Equal was able to actually stay in man fight. But top lane, there's the first blood. They get the Disruptor. Magic Missile lands onto Altseng, but it's not going to be nearly enough. Reeves can't really do anything at all, being only level 1. Kirusha even had at one point into Heartstopper Aura. Sometimes you don't want to go for it just because it's... Well, I guess it's not pushing the lane out that much, but... It's doing enough. 7-1 last hits on Demonic. Equal 6-1, so far it's a rather even lane, but I really expect the axe to just take off, especially with 8 tangos on him as well. Whereas Equal just has 2 tangos and that 1 ring of regen for now. Just Axe's base regen is so nice already, I mean, sitting on 4. Nice top lane, backstore, maybe wants to go on Reeves, never mind. Not gonna get close enough in time. Bottom lane Equal once again dropped low to a Berserker Skull. Does survive for now though. Counter Helix is level 2, so quite a lot of damage. But oh, Mantis has an Invis Rune. But he's gonna run into a Sentry Ward. Oh my god, he's gonna get owned so hard. Never mind. The Creeper came in and they're gonna go on Stalcat instead. Can even throw out a stun. He cannot to Kirusha. Reeves trying to do a lot of damage actually. Does succeed in most of it. There's a Thunderstrike as well. They need a little bit more. A few more right clicks. They have the vision. I think it's gonna be enough. Yes, it is. So it's a 1-for-1 for now. But throw does go down, Backstore and Altseng. Chase him down. Kinetic Field will keep Altseng there. Magic Missile will follow from Stalcat. Wave of Terror on cooldown though. Don't think it will matter. So Mantis used the last of his mana. But there's the Sunstrike. Oh god. He almost dodged it. But I guess the creep made him want to run anyway. Got that. That was not fun. Equal though. Another Berserker Skull this time around. I don't think there's any escape, or is there? One more counter Helix. Never mind. Just needs one more smack. As Stalcat, he was just killed by Backstore and Kirusha. So kills all around. 6-2 xGame. The tri lane not going all that well. Bottom lane, Tidehunter of course just died. So Axe getting the lane dominance going for himself. Now creeps keeping as well. Applying a lot of pressure on the tier 1. But Equal, he's back on the lane at least. Last hit wise, not that far behind. Mid lane though, whoa god. Fedor, although he went for Exort, should have the attack damage. He's sitting on 7-0 compared to a 25-10. I did not expect this big of a difference. Like, how the freaking hell is Bignum dominating so hard in this mid lane here? 27-11 compared to a 8-0 Fedor. Fedor, please. Demonic though, another Berserker Skull, my god! Thank god Demonic is not level 6 yet, although with one more creep dying, he's gonna get that level 6. Is there gonna be the first chop? He's gonna try to go for it, but he gets slowed down by the Gush, taking a lot of damage from the tower in return, but Equal cannot really retaliate. If he was level 6 and the Ravage, maybe so, but Fedor now, he's gonna get slowed down, glimpsed back as well. Bignum does not have the Viper Strike, and Fedor, he might stay alive, does miss with the Sunstrike, but a few more right clicks, Bignum will get it in the end. Mantis on the run, Ignite ticks him over, and now the slows come in. Arcane Bolts are flying, but I don't think Altseng has enough. Minus Armor, Magic Missile is there as well. Bignum did not stay around to just turn things around, although he's gonna come back in to help Stalcat, I guess. Just throws in one poison deck, that's about it for now. Does have the Viper Strike now as well. Reeves in the meantime gets some levels, but Kirusha being rather annoying, although taking a lot of damage in return. Death Pulse does miss, and the TP is coming in. It might just be enough. Do they have the glimpse? No, they don't, but the Thunderstrike, Sunstrike, oh, Reeves dodge! Oh my god, the creep, it will finish off the draw. So Mantis gets the kill on Necrophos, they get the XP for it. So it's still kind of favoring xGame, I would like to say. But he could have stayed alive. But there's the Viper Strike, but Cold Snap is used. Backstore comes in with the Fire Blast. Fedor might still, well, die. He does die indeed. And Big now on his run from the Force Spirit. Ignite comes through. The Ignite will be enough, I believe. Headrest shouldn't provide enough health regen. Maybe if he had gone for the Tango straight away. But he turned around for a second, so that might have been his demise. I think the Ignite might have been enough anyway, because he only has 2 points in the Corrosive Skin at this point. But he managed to purchase up a mech just before his death. So still not all that shabby as Altseng. Oh, Mantis, why the hell did you run that far? Just he wanted to place a ward. Do not shoot the messenger, guys. Do not shoot the messenger. He just wanted to place a ward. What's wrong with that? Of course, it was way too risky. I mean, he knew Kirusha is somewhere because there was that Heartstopper aura on him. So that was really suicidal, and well, that's exactly how it ended as well, just in a death. Fedor mid lane though, still struggling, 11 and 2. Bignum is more than tripling the last hits, and now with the mech it's so much harder to get the kill, but getting a kill on Fedor is not all that hard, especially if you can get a slow and stun. Stalkat will get the magic missile, minus armor will be there as well, equal, even pops the Ravage, just to be on the safe side. And the Gush, I think the Ravage was extreme overkill, but I guess Bignum didn't really position himself that great just because the lane was pushing out. So nice kill coming out from xGame. Of course, with Ravage on cooldown, maybe Compass Gaming will feel a little bit safer, but Mantis now, he's on the hunt for a glimpse. Places down an aggressive ward as well. As they are going for the tier 1 in the meantime. Demonic on the axe doing the same with the tier 1 bottom lane. Cliffs come out from only the Dire so far. Compass Gaming hasn't felt the need to pop it for the mid lane yet. Although it will come out soon enough. Ignite onto the Tide. It will be a little bit annoying. There's the Glyph. But Demonic still keeps on creep skipping. He's only about 600 gold away from the blink dagger, so with the tower lasted, with like one or two more creep waves, he's probably gonna have it. Mid lane though, the glimpse comes back, Backstar, he's gonna go down. Wanted to be cheeky, probably wanted to deny the tower. Didn't happen. Reeves does just get some farm on the top lane in the meantime as well, but Axe, he wants to keep on going on the tier 2. He might have to pay the price for this though. He is so very close to the blink dagger, you do not want to die now. I mean, you're 40 gold away. Gonna be a pretty fast one as well, 8 minutes in. He is the second highest farmer. Bignum doing so much better than him still. I guess 2 kills, 2 assists to his name. Lasted twice, 44 to 1 ahead of the axe as well. He's gonna have his power threads finished. Gets a little bit tankier. 3 points into corrosive skin now as well. And top lane though, they want to go for Reeves. They don't have Mystic Flare though, and Reeves gets to the safety of the trees. And oh, long range magic missile, but Kirusha, he's gonna come back in. One Death Pulse and his ultimate onto Reeves will be enough. But he wants to go for it anyway, but the slows are enough to kite. Reeves will dodge the Sunstrike, and Kirusha, he's gonna get stunned. One more right click. Oh god, he doesn't get off another Death Pulse. All the ultimate. Stalkat, he will even survive this. Just the turnaround was real. Sunstrike, I mean, getting dodged, a little bit lucky maybe, don't even know, but in any case, suddenly 10 to 10 is the kill score. Compass Gaming, they used to have a pretty nice lead in there, and now Backstar is going to get glimpsed back as well. He wants to go for Stalkat, but the silence is there, magic missile to follow, and Reeves has plenty of damage with the Frost Arrow, slowing down the Ogre. So more kills. Sunstrike will hit just on the edge. So this time around, Fedor does get the kill, but it's in the end still a trade worthy for xGame. Not this particular one, not the Ogre for the Vengeful, I guess, but all in all, it's still going pretty good, and that's a Mask of Madness for Reeves. This early on as well, I'm not overly convinced by it. At least he has the Ring of Aquila now as well, but there's quite a lot of burst damage coming out from Compass Gaming. I guess you can kind of try to kite them around with a Mask of Madness. And oh, there's the Blink Berserker's Call, Sunstrike to follow as well. Easy pickings. No Reaper Scythe even necessary. So that was a huge kill. No 30-second extra just death duration though. Alseng still smoked up, or rather they smoked up just now more or less. I think the Observer Ward might have scouted it. I didn't see exactly where they smoked. But they're on the hunt for something. Demonic of course still has the Blink Dagger. They could even kill off Bignum, to be honest, even through the mech probably, although he has a point booster now as well. So he's gonna leave his boots at Brown and just go for the Straight of Aghanim though, and there's the Blink Berserker's Call. They're probably gonna have enough with the Sunstrike, pure damage helping out. The silence is there. He's just going for the TP out. Didn't even activate mech before. There's the mech, but he got Cold Snap to stop the TP out. Viper Strike is there. A few Arcane Bolts more. He's still on the run. My freaking god. Had he just mech then ran immediately, probably would have been just fine, but the Arcane Bolts will be enough to bring him down. There's the Blink Chop. So that's the first chop of Demonic, I believe. I would think so, but there's a Blink Dagger on the Tide now as well, so Equal can Blink Ravage also. And although they lost a couple of heroes, at least Necrophast died top lane. Throw Ranger, did he get the kill solo with the Mask of Madness? He might have, maybe Stalkat was helping out as well. And bottom lane, well, I completely missed it, but Backstar, he's gonna go down as well. There was the Blink Ravage. Shouldn't take my eyes off a Tidehunter who just finishes Blink, I guess. My bad. My bad. But Kirusha, he's taking heavy harassment from Reeves, who's hitting for 354 damage per right click. Unless somebody's close enough to him, but Kirusha with the Frost Arrows kiting him around probably won't get close enough anytime soon. Midas finally finished on Fedor as well. So he's gonna go for the standard Exort Invoker build. There's a smoke from backstore. I think it got spotted out, so they are pinging it. They're backing off as well. Demonic is there with the Blink Dagger. But they're gonna have to wait a really long time unless xGame think that they've already given up on the chase. So Reeves does have his own power threads finished now. Can maybe even go for Roshan with the help of Vengeful. Only 2 points into way off there, but even so might be enough. Especially if Bignam is to join them. Reeves though only level 9. Well, I say only level 9, but the highest is level 10, and that's only one hero, the Tidehunter. But Ravage is on cooldown, never mind. They're just gonna go for the push. It's gonna be a tier 1 for tier 1. Tier 1 top lane definitely gonna go down. Maybe Compass Gaming want to defend the bottom one, and it was at full HP when they started this. So they might have enough time to rotate in if they just so wish. But look at the vision. So far, or at the moment rather, Compass Gaming, they have 0 wards down. Whereas, the Dire one, look at this aggressive vision coming out. It's just... it's massive, that's all I can say. Of course, looks like Compass Gaming, they just want to go for another tier 1 tower. With the Bloodlust, with the 4 Spirits helping out, should be rather easy for them. And looks like xGame, they do not want to go for a tier 2 of their own, they want to catch them off guard. Too bad there's no Blink Ravage, because it would be perfect in this case. Would have caught 4. Sunstrike will land on Starcat, Cold Snap is there, Fire Blast as well. But the chop, nope, the chop failed. Demonic miscalculated. Alsang, he's gonna go down, but Reeves, he's in the Mystic Flare, will back off for now. In the back lines, Bignam wants to chase down Demonic, not gonna quite get it, as there's the Static Storm. They lose 2 Reeves, goes down to Invoker. Backstar will lose his own life. The Static Storm was only used on an Ogre though. He's still alive even if the Glimpse comes back. But they my god, they chased too far. So the Glimpse got him back to safety the other way. Although, never mind, Blink. Anchor Smash, equal cleans it up anyway. But in the end, a 2 for 2. And that was with xGame getting the jump on Compass Gaming. Equal, of course, I think he used the Blink maybe a little bit too early. So he couldn't like Blink Anchor Smash or Blink Gush or something like that. So he was just running all the way in. And they didn't really have the best focus fire either. Bignam tried to go for Demonic. Demonic just TP'd out. So they couldn't, or maybe Disruptor wasn't close enough by that time to just get the Thunderstrike Glimpse on him to stop the TPs or something. As Equal with the Haste Rune does escape the clutches of Demonic's axe now. But looking at the graphs, 15 to 16 is the kill score. About the 3k net worth lead for xGame though, still 2k in XP. If we compare the towers, Compass Gaming have managed to destroy 2, and that is exactly the case for xGame as well. So the net worth lead is just based on better farming, more than just having an objective advantage or anything like that. And it's not like they've taken Roshan either or something. Kills also rather even than... They are going for another tier 1 though. They want to get the last outer tier 1, or there are only outer tier 1, so the outer was completely useless in that sentence. But in any case, Bignam, does he have any more items on the courier? Nope. So he is a little bit more than halfway through his Mantis. He's gonna go down for sure. He could have maybe Static Storm, but Demonic, he's gonna go down here as well. He got Magic Missile already. There's the Viper Strike to slow him down. So in the end, it's a 1 for 1, but it's a core for a support. And Nax in this game has just not taken off as you would usually hope for it to happen. Bignam also denies the tower mid lane as Gush slowed down Backstore a little bit to just give the necessary time for Reeves to back off. Does have his Yasha finished now, or will have it soon enough. Needs another 230 gold for it. Equal though, has the Blink, has even a 4 staff and the Ravage. So he can close like any distance almost. Mantis though, he just TP'd bottom lane to stop the push there. Soak up some XP, get closer to your own Aghanim Scepter I guess. Stalker though, might want to swap somebody in right about now. Alsang, there's another smoke by them. They're not too close together though, and so far actually we haven't seen too many like Mystic Flare combinations with much of anything, I think. So the game plan of Compass Gaming so far doesn't seem to be working as well as they probably drafted it in their mind. Stalkat has the Urn of Shadows finished. Usually you see Medallion of Courage first item, but Medallion might be coming out next unless you just want to finish the Power Threads or maybe even Arcane Boots for this case. I mean, Mantis didn't go for Arcanes. Like, one set of Arcanes is always nice on the team. Speaking of Arcane Boots, Skyriff Mage does finish his own. And they are hunting and Stalkat. He's gonna run straight into them. Or nope, he just purchases the item, although he's still probably gonna go down. So they see Stalkat, don't think the 1k HP will be enough. Concussive Shot comes out first. Are we gonna see a multicast? No, we're not, but the Mystic Flare, it should be enough, and indeed it will be with the help of a couple extra Arcane Bolts. So they finally get the kill, of course. They had to, not waste, but spend some time there. But Bignam, he has 2 parts, or 3 parts rather, done for the Aghanim Scepter. Needs only another 430 gold. Make it even less now as he just gains more last hits. But oh, Blink Berserker Scope, but the Static Storm is there. Demonic, he cannot chop even if he wanted to. The Chaos Meter does come out, but there's the Blink Ravage. Only catches Feeder, but it's gonna be enough to make Feeder feed. Mantis still has the glimpse as well. Can he get vision of Kirusha? They have this hill ward. He blinks out though to the low ground. So in the right direction, he's gonna be fine for now. Still 2 kills. I mean, Ravage for Invoker is... I think it's acceptable if you get something else from it. And Reeves going for Roshan. That might be that little something that they're gonna gain extra from this. So Aegis probably into the pockets of Throw Ranger. Just to make sure Precision Aura will get value as much as you can. Just have it get value out of. 17 to 19. Kill score still rather even if you look at it. But it's just the nature of the heroes that Compass Gaming has and them being behind at this point. I mean, Feeder has himself a Yule Scepter, so I guess he is self-sufficient in a way that you can set up your own Sunstrikes and Chaos Meteors. But Bignam has himself that Aghanim's finished now. Pretty damn beefy. Level 2 ultimate as well. And oh, equal. He gets the slow onto Demonic. Do they have a glimpse or anything close by? Nope, he gets the blink out before. Oh, the 4-step on Reeves. Not too sure if it was intentional, but in the meantime, Allsang, he's going to get glimpsed back. Just to make sure they get the kill, otherwise the Viper Sack would have also been kind of wasted. I mean, 12-second cooldown, so it's not that big of a deal that way, but it's still quite a lot of mana that Bignam might not have if you want to use the mech as well. I mean, he does have a magic stick, but it can only take you so far. I guess Arcane Boots definitely help out from equal, so that's something. Blink Dagger now picked up on Reeves as well. He is extremely mobile with the Mask of Madness movement speed, with the blinks now as well. Hitting rather hard, especially with the Vengeance Aura being there, which is 1 point from being maxed out. So xGame looking good to take game number 2 and just take this series home 2-0, but it is not over yet. There's still a lane Necrophos who can just make it so that you won't have buyback. He is only 2 parts gold worth short of finishing up the Aghanims. But mid lane, oh, equal gets caught by Demonic, no Berserker's Call yet. He's just not fast enough, and equal still has the Blinker Ravage. He's gonna blink forward though. They want to get Demonic Static Storm. Oh, not quite enough. The Glimpse comes back as well. Can they do some damage? They can, but Stalkat, he's around. He already used his stun. Demonic still alive. The Gush though will be enough. Equal gets the kill, 4-step forward. They want to go for backstore as well. They swap back. He's just gonna try to run the other way, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. There's a Thunderstrike as well. Gush will come off cooldown in 2-1. Gush level 3. It's gonna be enough for another Anchor Smash to finish the trick. So 2 heroes down once again. And Compass Gaming, they are falling apart. Kirusha, he's trying to split push, but is it even gonna pay off? Vengeful Spirit, he was TPing in and all. Necrophos had to escape from one measly Vengeful Spirit. Even Mantis is only just about 900 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter now. Reeves up to another 1.5k gold. I guess Necrophos has the most gold at this point, but I hope to God that Compass Gaming won't be forced to buy back on Necrophos, just because it's going to be way too crippling. He needs the Aghanim Scepter, he needs any kind of extra items on top of what he already has. I mean, he has a Blink at least, I guess, but usually Blink is like when you are the ones being aggressive. But that is just nowhere near the truth at this point. Do we have a Ravage once again? Yes, we do. We also have the Refresher Orb about halfway done. Has the Oblivion Staff and the Void Stone, so it just needs the Ring of Health plus the 1.8k recipe. So it's about 2.3k gold away still. So still a ways to go, but he's halfway there. Aegis will be reclaimed in 2 minutes, so they will have another 2 minutes to just freely push if they want to. Oh, never mind. 2 tier 2s are still standing, but the top tier 1, tier 2, not for too long maybe, as Kirusha once again TPs into the trees and will be safe for now. Maybe Compass Gaming will want to go for like a side maneuver coming from the side here. Or never mind, Kirusha TP'd out, so they're not gonna fight this, they're just gonna let this tier 2 fall. I guess they cannot really fight it all that well, unless there's like a perfect Berserker's call, but if they won't even try, I think they're just losing ground too much. Backdoor, he's gonna go down, get some multicast into Stalcat. But that's all there is to it, just a multicast. As the Viper, Bignum, brought down the tower. That's gonna be Reeves, finishing up a BKB in about 800 gold. Just needs the Ogre Club next. Yasha done on Bignum's Viper, so might be a casual one, might be turning into either an SNY or a meta style. Life is hard if you're Compass Gaming at this point. I mean, the graphs just keep on going downwards. I mean, they were rather... They were manageable up until like the 17th minute mark. Suddenly 12k lead in net worth XP. About 10,500 as well. So it's like the 16th, 17th minute mark then when all started going to crap, pretty much. Mantis, 70 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter now. At least they're trying to split push, so it's a sign that they still want to keep themselves in the game, and they're trying to figure out the best possibility to actually do so as well. The like safest option. But Reeves now has his BKB finished, or has the goal to finish it up, and that's the purchase of it as well. Kirusha blinks into the trees and will TP out. Equal for some reason didn't blink straight after, or didn't try to go fish for it. Still not that bad, I mean, they're just farming that much better. So I'm not too sure what the game plan for Compass Gaming is if they're not trying to fight. I guess they're like, let xGame come high ground, we crush them then as backstore. He's gonna get caught, gets the Fire Blast just as he gets stunned himself. Multicast with the Ignite, but Mantis still has the Glimpse. Oh, but Demonic will come in with the Berserker's Call. They get the 1 kill anyway, but Demonic probably will get Mantis, or will he? Well, with the help of Reaper Scythe, yes they do. So they get the 1 kill. Look at the respawn timer, 70 seconds left. In the meantime though, Stalcat, happy with the haste rune, finishes up a Hand of Midas for himself. So in the eventual will at some point be able to just transition to somewhat of a semi-carry. At xGame they just have theoretically a lot better of a late game. I mean, Aghanim Scepter, Reaper Scythe can still turn things around. But if xGame actually comes 5, especially if they should get the double Ravage going, which they only need like another 500 gold for equal. What is Compass Gaming gonna do then? They have no BKBs. I guess Necrophos might go for one, but then you just lack the Aghanim Scepter to prevent the buyback from happening. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation no matter what Compass Gaming go for. I think Aghanim Scepter still is the best for Necrophos, just finish it up. At this point I can somewhat understand that he would like to save for buyback as well, if however possible. But is it possible? That's another question. I mean, I think you kind of need the Aghanim to just boost up the health missing value that you do damage out from. I mean, what is it on level 2 otherwise? 0.6 damage per missing HP. So with the Aghanims that would be 0.9 already. So pretty much as with Juggernaut, a level 2 ultimate with Aghanims is pretty much what a level 3 ultimate would be without Aghanims. With Juggernaut it's the same, I think it's 6 jumps with level 2 ultimate and 9 with level 3. And Aghanim's level 2 is 9. So more or less the same here. 0.6, 0.9 for Kirusha. He definitely has enough gold for it, so he might be saving for buyback and the purchase of it. I mean, the good thing about that is that you already have the point booster. So you don't need to go to the side shop or anything. You can get all it from your base. So you can just purchase it up after you buy back if you still have enough gold for it. Or he's maybe saving up for like a Hex or something like that. Maybe like straight off Refresher Orb. It's going to be maybe a little bit hard to actually have enough mana for that. But if you get the kill with the first Reaper Scythe, then the Sadist kicking in, you're going to have Refresher second Scythe soon enough. But he's going for a BKB instead. I mean, I think it's a necessary evil that they had to go for here. Somewhat. Like I thought about the BKB like 15 minutes ago or something for like a potential item later on, but there's still quite a lot of physical coming out as well from xGame, and Mantis having the Aghanim Scepter on the Static Storm. This BKB, it may or may not be completely useless as well. So Kirusha, he has to make sure that once he blinks in, he goes for an immediate BKB, or maybe just for safe measure BKB just before you blink in, something like that. Otherwise, sometimes the static storm happens to come out at the exact same position you otherwise targeted your blink to. So 25-26 minutes in, refresh your orb is down on tide, double ravage, and it looks like they might have had enough now. They're gonna go in. Big Nam even building a blade mail. That's a little bit peculiar. I think just tank up would have been maybe a slightly better choice, but they are smoked up. They want to go for some kills. Looks like Compass Gaming, they smell something coming. Blink away from Fedor, who with his Hand of Midas really hasn't accomplished too much. I mean, he has a Yules and Blink, but it's so Reeves though. He gets the BKB just before Demonic. Demonic Berserker's Call did land anyway, but the swap cancels his TP. Oh god, he's gonna go down. There's the guys. Viper start to follow. The Blink Ravage, complete and utter overkill. He was of course hoping to cancel the TP of, was it Kirusha there? I think it was the Necrophos, probably. But man, that, I guess he has the second Ravage, so no big there. Plus, had he stopped the TP of Necrophos as well, would have been just completely worth it. So it's not that bad. In the meantime, Stalker, he's gonna get caught. Chaos Meteor after the Fire Blast. He stands up Fedor, throws out the Wave of Terror for just anything he can do. Fedor trying to TP out. Will there be something to stop it? Oh, the second Ravage! Equal, he was stuck in the trees. He failed with it. Complete whiff. They do get backstore. But man, that was sad. Equal. Getting caught in the trees. And then just fumbling his fingers a little bit. Ravage a little bit too late. Nice try though, nice try nonetheless. Manta Style in the meantime finished by Reeves, and the Precision Aura also works on illusions. So I guess that's maybe why Viper went for the Yasha. Would have expected to finish the Manta Style like that. But Roshan number 2 is going on. So Reeves gonna get himself in other Aegis. This time around there's no Wave of Terror, nothing to really help it. But they don't really need help because Reeves is hitting fast and hard enough as it is. Mantis, even Mantis with the help of 62 points of damage from the Precision Aura is pretty painful. As Kirosha will TP out from Bignam, nothing for him to really stop it with. But still forcing Kirosha out, or to TP out, just not farming, not getting his or closer to his Aghanim Scepter. It's worth it as well, but Fedor now uses the Yules Scepter, but the Static Storm Kinetic Field will be waiting for him. Nice multicast into Reeves though. Berserker's Call not following immediately just because the Static Storm was just on the edge. So beautiful done, Invoker goes down, Backstore will be next, and Demonic, well, he has the Berserker's Call, will survive a little bit longer, but not gonna get the kill on Mantis, or is he? Nope. Not so big enough. Got the mech off on Mantis, so Mantis, even with the Battle Hunger, gonna survive as equal. Finds himself a solo kill, even without the Ravage. This, I mean, this really resembles GG, but Compass Gaming, they're not gonna call it until it's really just no, even not a minor chance of a comeback, just because if they lose this game, they are out. They are going to be in Division 2 for the next season, whereas xGame will advance to the next round of the lower bracket if they manage to win this game. But well, with a like almost a 20k net per fleet, 16k in XP as well, you would expect them to win this. But they get the tier 3 down, they're going to go for Rax next. Compass Gaming, they have buyback on Invoker, but this early on you don't want to use it anyway. I mean, if you're this close to respawning as it is, and without Axe, you can't really fight. And I'm really disappointed in how this Axe has played out, or has been played out. Just not enough aggression, man, guys. Not enough aggression. There will be a Ravage in 8 seconds. If Compass Gaming can fight before the backstore, he goes in ballsy, but the BKBs come out. They want to go for equal, but it's not enough. Bignam, he's just gonna harass Altsang until he pops the Ghost Scepter. Glimpse on backstore, he's gonna go down. There's the Ravage. Will catch 2. BKB on Kirosha though, he's alive. They pop the ultimate on equal. Nice swap back. Equal still alive. Runs back in for some weird reason. Does go down, but they get Demonic as well. No buybacks on the free heroes that are dead. Kirosha will be next to fall. He does have buyback, but it doesn't matter. GG is called. xGame, they take game number 2, both games in 30 minutes flat, and just really good showing by them. A show of force, convincing victories. Очень красивая игра. I think, I'm not too sure if I even said it correctly, or in the correct order or whatever, or in the correct way. I think Igra should be correct in this case. I don't know, but Очень красивая игра, xGame, Compass Gaming, keep trying. Of course, Compass Gaming were working with a lot of stand-ins, I do believe, so that's unfortunate in its own right, but I mean, 25th of December, lots of people still hanging around with their families, being on vacations and whatnot. But guys, this is gonna be it for today. We will be back tomorrow at 18 CT with like House of Gamers versus Moscow 5, or Moscow 5 versus Album Sheet, I think. Moscow 5 International versus, yeah. Moscow 5 International versus Album Sheet tomorrow at 18 CT for the Division 1 playoffs, guys. It is the semi-final, so should be an excellent game. 18 CT tomorrow. But for now, guys, have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas to all of you, of course. And hope you enjoyed the game. If you did, you can follow HeflaTV for more on HeflaTV on both Facebook and Twitter. The links also below the stream. And you can follow me at Coucher on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, whatnot. But for this, just a few songs to finish up this stream, guys, and just have a good continuation of the holidays.